Hey Sleeper fans! So today's video is about kennel cough. Um, I wanted to give you guys, just from experience viewpoint on kennel cough. Every spring and fall, we usually put a blog post up on our Facebook. It's also available on our Sleep Rover website as well. And we post the same one over and over again because it's pretty much the same gist of things. I know a lot of this information is old for a lot of you, but there is also a lot of information that might be helpful for all our newer clients because I think it applies to our newer clients more. I did a list, so I'm going to try and keep it nice and simple. So who, what, when, where, and why. So who usually gets kennel cough? Kennel cough is also known as the dog flu, so you can actually compare it to the human flu. It affects young dogs mostly because I feel like just from experience, no matter if you get the Bordetella shot or not, most young dogs at least get it once in their life because they just haven't built that immunity to all the different strains of viruses yet. So the Bordetella shot, just so you guys know, I know especially new clients, we always hear, but I already got the Bordetella shot, so why do they still get the dog flu? But it's just exactly like the human flu vaccination. There's just no possible way for people to be immune or have a vaccination that covers all strains of the virus. So we find that young dogs or dogs with weaker immunities, if you have an adult dog that got kennel cough, it might just be that they're under the weather, kind of like, when we're partying or working too hard or just aren't getting enough sleep and nutrients, where we as humans are more susceptible to getting the flu. So same thing for dogs. So that's why we recommend during the spring and fall, just increase the fluids in your dog. Why are you bothering your brother? It's okay, Bourbon. Jack, leave your brother alone. Thank you. Increase their fluids just so it rinses out their system. Bone broth I love because it's a great way to put nutrients into their body. And of course, dogs love it. Another one, a lot of people on Facebook, I find, get mad in forums about, oh, my dog kennel gave me kennel cough. In reality, it's true because if your dog from a young age or whenever you got your dog has not attended a daycare or a kennel on a regular basis, they definitely will be more susceptible to getting the virus just because, like I said, they haven't built that immunity to the virus yet. So lucky for dogs, usually they only get kennel cough once in their life. My dogs all have never been vaccinated, and I'm all for vaccination, of course, for humans and kids. I'm all for that, so I don't want you guys to think I'm one of those that don't believe in vaccinating. But dogs, for the dog flu, I feel like it's not as important because my dogs, out of the 12 I've had, only 2 have gotten kennel cough and 1 got pneumonia from kennel cough, and he was a Frenchie. Frenchies, bulldogs, dogs with shorter nasal cavities are definitely more at higher risk to getting the dog flu just because it goes through their nasal cavity, their sinuses, and it stays in there, doesn't clear out as much and as well. When people say, what happens if a dog has kennel cough at your facility? Well, we just kind of wait it out because no matter what, it's an airborne virus. If you're around dogs all the time, then your dog is prone to getting in contact, just like with children in daycare. Unless you wrap up your dog in a bubble, you are going to get in contact with all these viruses. What to do? So what is kennel cough? Like I said, dog flu is related to human flu. I wouldn't stress too much about it, but just like the human flu, if you don't take care of it, if it gets bad within 24 hours, I would rush your dog to the vet. If they become lethargic, because it can progress to pneumonia really quickly, and that is an urgent situation. And similar to humans, younger dogs, senior dogs, dogs with lower immunity, pneumonia can be quite serious. Ways to go about it, obviously increase fluids. Manuka honey is great for humans, and it works just as well for dogs at combating viruses and bacteria. And it helps if you put it in warm water or broth to soothe their throat, because a lot of people struggle with kennel cough, the coughing part of it, because dogs don't know what's wrong with their throat. So when it gets itchy or raspy, they cough a lot, they hack a lot, they're trying to get that whatever they think is in their throat out. So to help soothe it, those are some great methods. I know Ashley herself, she cranks up on oil of oregano for herself during flu season, and oil of oregano is a great way to combat the flu as well for dogs. So a lot of dogs don't like it, so you're gonna have to plop it in their mouth. We sell it at Sleep Rover in a dropper form, so you can drop it into their mouth if you're worried about it, but that stuff just helps boost their immunity. As noted, we usually post about spring and fall, but because we had such a mild summer and quite a humid summer, I feel like dogs are getting kennel cough sooner. Just like humans, you can get the flu any time of the year, but usually it's more common during, spring and fall. But I know last week there was a newer client that got kennel cough, and I did see on a few other dog forums that a few people have noticed it. So that's why I am doing this video where, like I said, it's called kennel cough because it's quite common, obviously, to get kennel cough when your dog attends a kennel, but it's not totally caused by it. It's more so because you're surrounded by all these dogs that go all over the place, so obviously you'll be more susceptible to it. You can get it anywhere, whether you go to a dog park, you walk your dog. The transmission of the virus is simple, just sniffing, because it's nasal. It goes through their nasal cavity, but it is an airborne virus. So I'd say 90% of you at Sleep Rover have been here long enough that your dog never ever got the flu. They probably just built immunity over time to it. Why? Doesn't board tell it doesn't cover all strains, so we talked about why. It's just like the flu shot, and as noted, most dogs get it just once in their lives. So a lot of rest for the dogs that do have kennel cough. Oh, Izumi is home. Hello, Izu. Sorry about that. And boosting their immune system. So if you guys have any questions, you know where to get a hold of us. But yeah.